Hi, I'm Carl Azus, and welcome to the last CNN Student News broadcast of 2008. Before we break for the holidays, we are kicking off with the headlines. An international court convicts high-level Rwandan military officials of genocide. Back in 1994, an estimated 800,000 people were killed in the violence that gripped the African nation. Yesterday, the alleged mastermind, Colonel Theonesta Bagasura, and two other officers were all sentenced to life in prison. The court ruled that Bagasura was responsible because he commanded the troops who carried out the crimes. A health crisis in Zimbabwe surpasses a tragic milestone. The United Nations said this week that a cholera outbreak has claimed more than 1,000 lives. More than 20,000 suspected cases have been recorded since August. The UN says 80% of Zimbabwe's population doesn't have access to safe drinking water or sanitary facilities, both conditions that can cause this disease to spread. Back in the U.S., Chrysler is planning to stop all vehicle production for at least a month. After the last shift today, the automaker will close all of its plants until January 19th at the earliest. This is adding about 2 weeks to the company's normal holiday shutdown. Ford and GM, the two other members of the Big Three, recently announced similar moves. And what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, especially when it snowed in. The city was hit with its worst winter coating in nearly 3 decades, up to 6 inches in some areas, according to the National Weather Service. Looks like you can have a white Christmas even in the desert.
Today's shout-out goes to Coach Levere's 9th and 10th grade classes at Columbia High School in Columbia, South Carolina. Which of these headlines happened first? U.S. declares recession. Obama elected president. Phelps sets medal record. Or Congress passes financial bailout. You've got 3 seconds. Go. Michael Phelps won a record 8 gold medals in August. That's your answer, and that's your shout-out.
And, of course, we have covered all of those headlines over the last several months on CNN Student News. From athletic accomplishments to an economic crisis, terror attacks to tainted food, and, of course, a historic race for the White House. Here is our look back at some of the biggest stories that have happened so far this school year. It's happening here, it's happening abroad, and it's just not stopping.
Our economy is in crisis.
The financial crisis.
The most serious economic crisis of our time.
We've seen huge swings in the market.
Up 936. Biggest one-day point gain ever. A drop of 733 points. Second largest daily point loss ever.
Bailout, bailout, bailout. That $700 billion number is really just a benchmark right now.
The taxpayer already is going to suffer the consequences if things don't work the way they should work.
My plan.
Some genuine ideas.
Create over 30,000 new jobs.
You have got to understand student loan debt can never be dismissed or discharged by bankruptcy.
We'll create another 2 million jobs.
Create jobs.
Create jobs.
Jobs, baby, jobs.
Recession. Japan, one of the world's biggest economic powers, is in one.
This is the report that officially says Japan's economy, the world's second largest economy, has now slipped into recession for the first time since 2001.
Job data reflects the fact that our economy is in a recession. This is in large part because of severe problems in our housing, credit, and financial markets, which have resulted in significant job losses.
China's leader is promising to improve his country's food safety after dairy products contaminated with this chemical called melamine have made more than 50,000 children sick.
Still not known what impact the contaminated milk scandal will have on exports. Tainted milk powder ingredients have been found in everything from cookies to chocolate to pizza in more than a dozen countries so far.
In that wave of violence that gripped the city of Mumbai.
Nearly 4 days of terror plunging India's financial capital into chaos.
Well, here's a look at the latest medal counts in the Olympics this morning. United States dominating now in total medals.
Anybody can do anything they set their mind to. You know, I said it all along. You know, I want to be the first Michael Phelps, not the second Mark Spitz.
I accept your nomination for presidency of the United States.
Privilege of accepting our party's nomination for President of the United States.
We need your votes.
The stakes in this election could not be higher, ladies and gentlemen.
What's at stake in this election? A lot. Decisions that will be made could change the course and directions of our country.
What's at stake? Everything. Vote. Choose wisely. We're counting on you.
And CNN can now project that Barack Obama, 47 years old, will become the president-elect of the United States.
And I call on all Americans, as I have often in this campaign, to not despair of our present difficulties, but to believe always in the promise and greatness of America.
If there is anyone out there who still doubts that America is a place where all things are possible, who still wonders if the dream of our founders is alive in our time, who still questions the power of our democracy, tonight is your answer.
Well, we will be off the air for the next couple of weeks, but our blog is always up at cnnstudentnews.com. We have gotten a ton of awesome comments from you guys throughout the semester. Please, please, please keep it going while you've got some time off from class. Head to our website. Tell us how you're spending your vacation.
A word to the wise, adrenaline, a hormone that helps the body react to stress, often by increasing a person's heart rate and nerve action.
All right, our last report today is packed with stories that may just give you an adrenaline rush. A town dominated by Yuletime tidings, a parade overrun by freaky floats, one home's holiday assault on the senses. Brace yourselves, we are taking a journey to the lighter side of headlines in this holiday trip off the beaten path. 'Twas just days before Christmas, and all through one town, decorations were out that just never come down. For Santa Claus, Indiana, say that with a straight face, is as real as Christmas Boulevard and, of course, Kringle Place. But if you're looking for spirit on a southern vacation, you might try Chumuckla for its redneck celebration. It's a place where floats float with unique decoration, from trees drilled in roofs to thrones of relaxation. Sure, some arrays look like they could use some washing, but who really cares when
your adrenaline gets rushing?
And why wouldn't it when your car's got some wood on it? They think it's
pretty nice. I think we did pretty good on it.
This is pretty good, too, for the whole honkin' house is rocking with music that would scare any mouse. There are creatures stirring when this thing gets going. It's like a block party with a single house glowing. If you don't think all this amounts to a hill of beans, you might like the bright night lights of the Philippines. Don't look now, the bill's coming. And if you don't pay, Santa might just show up on an alternative sleigh. On the streets, on the snow, every place you could go, Santa shows up in spots Santa seldomly shows. But don't be a hater. It's all in good cheer. After all,
Christmas is a beautiful time of year.
It certainly is, Santa. Well, we are going to be off the air for a couple of weeks. CNN Student News will return on January 5th. On a personal note, we would like to thank all of you for tuning in, for your feedback, your email, and your blog responses. You guys have been great and have made for a really great year for us, so thank you for that. Meantime, we all wish you a safe and very happy holidays. We look forward to seeing you guys in '09.